Cool. Now, thank you very much for having me or also joining me today. And then I would like to say thank you to Sena who specifically invited me, and also the PyData organization team. I'm very glad to be here. And today I'm going to talk about how to become a data storyteller with Streamlit. So as Jan mentioned, I'm from Turkey, and then my background is fully genetics and biology, but then I turned to bioinformatician position, and then now I'm working as a data scientist in a cancer biotech company located in Munich. So we are just making servicing cancer tests over all the world. And this is where I'm from, and then I live in Munich. So here is my agenda. So first we will talk about, of course, the Streamlit, and then I will be showing you a demo that I created for you for better understanding. And then I will also go through some real cool examples. I call it a showroom, and then I will be answering your questions. And if my voice is not enough to hear, and just always tell me, then I can speak louder. So let's talk about the data storytelling. So of course we always work with the data in whatever the field you are in, and then you have to present those data. And then there's this, how you present it is your story. But your presentation could include some charts and then fancy graphics, or could be a web app if you need a user interactivity. And the whole story becomes a pain if there is a lot of cycle, right? So if you need to prepare this for a customer one and then the customer two, or if you need several demos in a short time. So that's the whole story. And so let's talk about what the Streamlit is. So it's an open source, a really lightweight web framework. Okay, you're already familiar with a lot of web framework, but this is, I think, is sitting in different place. And then, I'm of course not in bias because I'm using a lot. But it's really helpful for anyone who works with data. And here, disclaimer: I don't have any relationship in any sort of relationship with Streamlit. So I'm just a simple, dedicated, enthusiastic user. And let's start with why you shouldn't use. So I know it's a bit contradict why I'm starting with this presentation, but I know some reasons why you shouldn't use it at all. So the first is the flexibility. Okay, I think you all know there's a really massive front end world in the ecosystem. There are Angular, Vue.js, and some React. So it's going really crazy. And then at the same time, there are a lot of a backend system like a Django or Flask. But if you are coming a similar background like me in the academia, you don't have that much people who can who are specialized in those fields in the laboratory. At the same time, if you have those people, even though you have those people, you don't have any time to work on those two different worlds and then coming with a product. So therefore, you need to be fast. And unfortunately, the Streamlit is not as flexible as those web native solutions. And here I put a plot. So it compares the GitHub stars. I know it's not the best metric, but this is what I came up. And you see it also the other competitors. So Streamlit is competitive of the panel, maybe you heard of, and then there is mostly famous a Plotly Dash. So I will be showing some examples from even the Plotly Dash. They are not flexible as others. What I mean by flexible, the number of components are limited, or in terms of the customization, you have some restrictions in Streamlit. But this, of course, comes with the benefits. And the second is scalability and the performance. Of course, you are not expecting a 100 million user at a time with Streamlit, so it's not going to be that much scalable. And the last one, the testing UI, it was a painful a time when I tried with the Selenium, if you are familiar with. So unfortunately, it was there was not a testing ability for the front end. But now, in a few weeks ago, they introduced a new version, and then they came up with something called app test, and then you can test the UI in a very simple manner. Then let's get started. So it's just simple. So let's install the Streamlit. And why you should use. So I will briefly talk about the main reasons why you should use it. The first asset, this rapid prototyping. So I am showing here one code, like a snippet. Oops, sorry. Here on the back and the dark background, you will see like a really simple few lines of code, and then it turns to this nice web page. So why do you need this? So assume that you need like a demo. You need to come up with like some user interactivity, and then you need to show some charts, and then you need to send it to your customer, and then you don't have time. So this is a perfect tool for you, because believe me, you will prototype your your story in few minutes, and it's fully Pythonic, and then it's really easy to use. If you just navigate over the API pages, you will just understand, like grasp the whole idea, I think in under 5 minutes. Then what I love is, again, there is no, it's fully Pythonic. So if you look at this comparison here, this like left-handed side contains the code from plotly dash. So okay, it's really simple, just would like to demonstrate in a visual way. So there are some HTML like components mixed up in between the Python codes. And then this is what I don't like actually. So because if you engage with a lot of components and then the other widgets in the page, it will be full of Python mixed HTML and some JavaScript codes. This is what I don't like personally. And if you look at exactly the same code in Streamlit, so it's just super Pythonic, and of course you are able to use the HTML and CSS or plus JavaScript if you really need, and then of course you can also publish this as an external widget. And this is what I really fall in love with this Streamlit. I think this is the main striking point of this Streamlit. So it's called the user interactivity. And if you ever use some other tools like a plotly dash, you have to write a lot of callbacks. Hey, user change this drop down to another value. I need to get a callback to change my output. In Streamlit, it is that simple. So you just define a slider, and then you can define a Python variable, and then it stores that value, and then the rest is about your story. So you just use, okay, here just user pick, and then if you see that when the user releases the button, it just reruns the whole page, and then it turns out like the output. This is what I really fall in love. Otherwise, you have a lot of writing callbacks, and then yeah. So another good reason. So Jan already mentioned the non-focus libraries, like the supported by non-focus, and then the Streamlit is compatible with the whole Python data science ecosystems, like works like a charm with Python, pandas, bokeh, or PyData, matplotlib, whatever visualization library you are using, it's compatible with. And plus, you most probably do not need any external component, like a web component, other than those. If there is, so please let me know, then I can develop that one. And for instance, there is always a slider, drop-down, multi-select drop-down. Everything is there in just few lines of code. And another amazing part is deployment. So if you would like to deploy your app and then make it like publicly available, there is a service called Streamlit Cloud, and then you can do this under 30 seconds. And this is really amazing if you are working in academia and also like working with the user interacted customers. Like therefore, you can easily deploy your app and then share the link with your users with the customized URL like this one, and then you are free to go. Then yes, we always know talk is cheap, and then let's show some code. By the way, all the repos, like here I put my code into this repository. If you would like to have a second look, and you are free to check and then leave some stars. Okie dokie. Yeah. I think I should make it bigger, but this is.
So if it works.
Okay, for the visualization purposes or also the delivering the better my presentation, so I prepared very quick example like a demo app. So I will be walking through the app. So as said, you have a lot of like a web components. So sorry for the lagging. Oops, I already opened the. So you already have enough components for like a better visualization. So your customer will not be talking about, hey, UI is bad, so please can you change? So this will not heard about. I am pretty sure about it. And let's go to the main part. So you can already have several pages. So it supports multi-page apps. And then it's really simple. You just need to create a pages folder and then put it there. It automatically detects every page, and then you can sort and you can see the rest. Here, I use the data frames. Of course, we are talking about the data, and then sometimes you would like to show our pandas data frame. And here, I would like to show you one interactive one. And as you can see, so if your customer needs a table to be visualized in like in such way, it's just one function in the Streamlit, and then you can see the whole the interactivity. You can see the activity of the user or all the other information in really like a visual manner, and then there is of course a download section or search, and then the whole functionality relies on there. And of course there are also the static tables, and then just for having like non-interaction, because it becomes a laggy when you put like a 1 millionth of row. So just for your knowledge. And the second thing, so when I talk about the user interactivity and then the callbacks, this is the page where I would like to prove that with like easy way. So in normal other like competitives, if you look at the competitives of the Streamlit, which are the Plotly Dash or Panel or like native web solutions, if the user changes one input, you have to arrange a lot of things, right? And for that reason, so Streamlit becomes like a really good choice. So for instance, you can just switch one of the radio button, and then it will automatically change accordingly. And then let's do some stuff. And then the cool thing is that, so here I define like a Python dictionary simply, and then I refer all of those variables to that Python dictionary to collect later on. So what you can do with that is you have this collection from the dictionary. It's just coming from the usual user inputs, and then you can simply send this to one API endpoint. So it's that simple. So whatever you do so far in the Python, you can just move to the Streamlit and in a visual way. And of course, as said, it runs very well with all the plotting systems and the charts within the ecosystem. So here I put a simple map, and then it's like everything is it has a user interactivity. I use like one of the very famous like a chart, but that I like use like every day as a biologist. So I also put some other examples so takeaway message from this page is it works like a charm with all Python visualization packages. And there's of course a ML section. Here what I would like to show is you can train a model directly inside of the Streamlit, and then investigate the model and then deploy at the same time. So then we will walk through. And meanwhile, I would like to also talk about this sidebar. This is called sidebar. You can have the pages, and plus you can have some custom user inputs that you would like to introduce to your users. Here I would like to change the random state to 28. As you see directly, it's picked up here in the page, and there is also the session state information. So you can hold this random state information across the pages. So for instance, if the user has some credentials and defined in the one page, you can access it on all the other pages. Here, let's get a model trained. So, hello. Yeah, now we can see the hello. So here for if you are not familiar with the machine learning. So here what I'm showing is a feature importance graph, which means that which features, or the columns simply, contribute most to the model for giving the decision. So it's a basic iris data set. I'm not sure whether you are familiar with it. It's just a flower data set with 3 different species, if you are not familiar with, and then you can visualize different models. So let's train like another model with the 60% of the test size, and then let's increase also the number of estimators. Okay. Okay, yep. Okay, I will just use the... Yep. Yeah, thank you. So as you see, when I change the input directly, updates the whole page, and then I can just simply retrain the model, and then you will immediately see a new model. We forgot to change the name, but there's a time step. And did it change? Yeah, it changed. So that's what I was talking about, the user interactivity. So when the user changes something, it's stored somewhere if you would like to define to their variable, and then it automatically changes rebuild the whole plot. So that's, I think, one of the beauty of the Streamlit. And let's talk about the deployment. At the end, those models could be a pickle file or like a JSON file with the parameters, and you would like to serve this model to your users, right? So then your users have a chance to pick which model they would like to use, and then they can play around with those features that you trained on and to be predicted. So here I would like to give one like a notice. I always talk about the user interactivity, and then when we change, let me show you one more time. So I changed to the 100 number one, and then it automatically reruns actually the whole page. Of course, this is not wanted for specific cases, right? So assume that your user would like to pick one of those values, and then of course it will be really bad experience if the user changes, the whole page is reloaded, it would be bad. So there is a form option. So even though user changes some inputs, you need to submit it. So let's submit it. And then it says it's a type of versicolor. So simply, I know some people are using Streamlit for model deployment. So if just simply pull out the model, pickle file or whatever, or download it from somewhere, and then you can serve in this manner. I hope that's also clear. And I know there are always NLP people in the Python data communities. So I know it's like today's our timelines are full of the NLP people or AI people, but let's talk about here how you can utilize Streamlit for NLP purposes. So as said, the random seed is there is a state information where you can store some variables across the pages. So I just would like to prove that one with this information bar, and there are always the external extensions. So think like Streamlit is the main hub, and then there are some plugins you can import in. And one of them was this NLP package, not NLP, but text, I don't know how it's called, like a text visualization package. So I thought where it could be useful is the shop importance value. If you are not familiar with, so I just simply put a video. So the shop is a machine learning package for trying to explain the model in a clear way with the shop values. And they are always they are giving some score to the tokens, and then you can visualize them in this manner. And another component is, which people use a lot nowadays, is the chatbot. So the Streamlit offers a built-in chatbot, the component. So if you just say, just hi, I just put random statements, just returns them. Of course, what you can do is you can simply connect your OpenAI, like a model endpoint, and then just pull, or if you have your own fine-tuned model, you can just put it and then deploy it very easily. And then I will be showing you one cool example of how people utilize this functionality. Last but not least, of course, there is also the image section. So you can always upload some images or any other file systems, like could be CSV, Excel, or pickle file. it depends what you would like to do. So here I put one example. I just pick one YOLO v3 model, and then just to see, okay, how can I deploy a image processing model into Streamlit, and then I was able to do this in really easy way. So here I just would like to also put some confidence thresholds and also the confidence and the threshold, and then you can just play around, and then the model will rerun immediately and then show the whole stuff. So that's actually how you can utilize Streamlit for your easy applications or rapid prototyping, and how you deploying your machine learning model or trained machine learning model. So that was the code side, and let's talk about some showroom. So first of all, the first one is again self-promoted. So this is the tool what I published, I think 1.5 years ago. It's called OmicLearn. So we would like to have a machine learning platform where all the researchers can come together and then work, because there was a reproducibility crisis in the field of mine where I work at, and then we came up with this app, and then our app was selected app of the month, and then we published the paper. And then if you would like to hear more, there's a PyCon talk, and then you can find it on omiclearn.org, and then we publish. There's a great engagement from the researchers, and then therefore we publish in a good research and research journal, and also journal picks us as the cover. So that was, I have to say thank you to Streamlit. It wouldn't be possible without them, because otherwise I would be already writing a front-end code. And the second is that I really like to use time to time. It's called Prophet. It used the Facebook Prophet library, and they simply you simply train a time series specific models backed by Prophet, and I will be showing you also in an original demo. And of course, if you are interested in some generative AI technologies, you can always deploy your models or train some models on Streamlit. So what I'm all trying to say is Streamlit offers you its power for you to better demo application or prototyping your product and explain your story. And of course there are LLM examples and train generator real-time streams where you can just put your webcam on and then apply some filters and then have the results. So there are all the really good examples I will be showing you in a second. But before it, I would like to say thank you and dikimoch. And then if you would like to reach out me, my name is Furkan, and if you just type me or scan me, you will be finding, and then the whole code is available in my GitHub repository. And I will be available upon your talk. Yep, thanks so much.
Thanks so much.